Good morning on this hot ass morning. Today I'm going to be starting a turbo build series on the IS300. It's a factory W55 5-speed, 165,000 miles on the drivetrain itself. I've done the cam seals, front main seal, rear main seal, changed out the crank pulley, did the crank seal, valve cover gaskets, and that's about it. Everything's been cherry. This will be a turbo build series, so I'm starting this with doing the turbo manifold and making sure I can fit everything correctly. Here is the manifold, just got it off eBay. And then I have a Max Bean Rods turbo. Basically the goal is to make sure that it fits, the manifold fits, and that I can clock it the way I want to clock it, to where when I actually tap into the oil pressure sending unit on the right side of the engine, that everything's just lined up the way it needs to be. And then I'll relocate the battery to the back, and then I will take the ABS unit and just bend the wires. I'll just bend them to right there. And for the new battery cables, I'm not going to terminate anything onto the firewall. I'm just going to use Polaris taps and extend the wires to the back, and we'll be good there. So I'm going to try that first with the turbo manifold, see how that goes, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so I've taken the intake out just to give me some more space. I have loosened the exhaust manifold. It was actually really easy. I was surprised, just because I was expecting some sort of problems with the nuts being seized on there, but none of them were. Actually, all of them were pretty smooth going out. So now I'm just going to take it out fully as soon as I get the manifold unbolted from the exhaust system, and then after that I'll have to take out the O2s, and then I'm going to try to squeeze in the turbo manifold without moving ABS just yet, but if I need to I will, because that still is kind of the plan. So we'll see where that goes from here. But yeah, I'm going to get under there now and bolt the flange, remove this exhaust manifold, and then we'll be back when I'm trying to put in the turbo manifold. All right, so the exhaust manifold is out. Pulled a couple O2 sensors as well. 1, 2, there's a third one sitting there somewhere. I can't see it at the very moment. And then I'm contemplating on just reusing these gaskets. I mean, they still look pretty fresh. So yeah, I'm gonna try to put the turbo manifold on with these gaskets because they look good, and see if it fits. Okay, now I have the turbo manifolds installed. I am gonna move that ABS module to right here. I'm gonna take out the battery's platform where it sits at, and then I should be able just to bend the wires to right here. And then I have the battery sitting right there, in which I think I'm actually going to put it where the fuse box is at, because the fuse box can actually tuck more under when you remove the radiator's reservoir. So I'm going to do that. It's fucking hot, and yeah. All right, now that the ABS has been relocated, let me show you guys real quick. Hold up. Boom, no longer there. Took the bracket out. It's so clear right here. And then I moved it right there. It's kind of just flipped upside down for the moment, because I have to open up the harness to kind of give this more room to connect back to the ABS. But I'll worry about that later. Time to mock up the turbo. All right, so momentarily the turbo mock-up is on pause. I did not realize this was a T4 and I have a T3 turbo, so I'm gonna buy an adapter from T4 to T3 and then continue on with the build. For the time being, I'm gonna mess with the ABS relocation, kind of get it to sit in more snug. And I pulled this wire out, this harness out just a little bit more. I just got to cut it down right down the middle. That way it can actually bend backwards all the way and connect to our ABS module. And then that should be it. I want to continue, but part 2, I kind of want to do the oil lines. I want to do the oil feed, oil drain. I need to go under and drop the oil pan. And that's for a whole nother day, because it's already heating the fuck up out here. Okay, for now, this is exactly where I'm going to leave it. When I was splicing open this protection on the conductors, I did slice into a ground. It wasn't all the way through, so I'm hoping nothing bad happened. I did wrap it up before I actually wrapped it back up with some electrical tape. If there is an issue with ABS, I'll know exactly what to look for, because I mean, it should just throw a code right away. It is ABS. I ordered a T4 to T3 adapter. I don't know when that should be coming in. That should be like 2 weeks from now, but in the time being, I'm gonna end this part 1 here now, and then part 2 I'll start the feed line and the drain line for the oil, and we should be good. So thank you guys for watching and whatever.